Hey everybody, it's Overkill here with the Great War, a modification for Hearts of Iron 4 that turns the game from World War II into World War 1. So I've played a couple of World War 1 mods for Hearts of Iron 4, and this is by far the best one, because there are quite a few scripted events which make it unfold a bit better than some of the other ones. There's one mod that I played, I can't quite remember what it was called, that it was literally just changing the borders, basically. There was no scripted events at all. I think it was a very work-in-progress mod, so honestly, it shouldn't really have even been released. But the Great War is absolutely amazing. I've been playing a couple of campaigns in my free time just to get a hang of it again, which I'm still not very good. So there will be plenty of people complaining that I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, we're going to start with the 1st of May, 1910, the Powder Keg of Europe. 1910 is a challenging time for the peace in Europe. The Italians are preparing for war with the Ottomans, which will threaten their hold in the Balkans. Rebellion in Morocco is beginning to boil over, much to the anguish of France and to the delight of the German Empire. All in all, either clear heads will be needed to keep the peace or strong hearts to win the war. So we're going to start with that. And we are going to play as Italy. Now, we are going to be doing Central Powers Italy. So we're going to honor the alliance between Germany, Austria, and Italy, and we are actually going to join the war against France, the United Kingdom, and United States, and Russia, and all that. So yeah, so our leader is Vittorio Emanuele III. We are democratic. We have a democratic regime. The next election is in March 1913, and we are the Partito Repubblicano Italiano. So yeah, our national spirits, our Risorgimento, I don't know. We have a +5 national unity and scramble for Africa, which justify war goal time is -2%, and recruitable population is +0.10%. Or it's just, I don't know. Anyway, brief history. Italy is the smallest third of the Triple Alliance, an alliance with which she has little faith in. Austria-Hungary, Italy's natural rival, is now a friend in the world of treaties, but still a rival in practical terms. After all, Italian Irredentism, I don't know, still decrees the Austrian-held Dalmatian coast as Italian for now. However, there are more pressing matters. War plans with the Ottoman Turks are already being drawn up. The government predicts a short, decisive war. Italy shall prove her power. So yeah, we still are going to fight the Ottomans, but we're going to honor the alliance, so we're still going to be in the Central Powers. So let's go ahead. So we're going to play as Italy. You can see the map layout here. So yeah. We're going to spend quite a bit of time. I'm not going to put it on Iron Man because Iron Man doesn't really work for this. It just stops you from saving when you want to. And yeah, we're going to play on regular. So let's just start. So yeah, you can see we have a pretty strong starting force. And since we're going to honor the alliance, we don't have to worry about Austria. So literally all of these troops don't need to be here. But let's go ahead and get everything underway first. So we definitely want to be up to date on our equipment. So I might get some Marines because they would be useful in the coming invasions, because we're probably definitely gonna have to do invasions to get Sardinia, or Corsica, sorry, Sardinia's here, and probably launch invasions from here into the coast of France when we fight them. But I don't think that they're necessary right now. I think engineering will put us out on top. So let's get a bunch of engineering stuff. We don't really need torpedo stuff. Definitely want the early tank project. And then we'll go for some industry. So that'll help with building stuff later on. So I played a little bit of a test game with Italy, and I noticed that you get really crippled by your factories, because I decided to do military factories in the beginning. So I'm definitely going to build civilian factories. I'm going to max out, not max out a few places, but I'm going to put quite a few down so that we have these, so that they're ready to go when the war starts. For our military factories, first of all, let's take a look at what we can recruit. So we have just your basic infantry, I guess. They do have support artillery, so artillery will be important. Same goes with these guys. They have everything. Okay, so basically, infantry equipment is a must, of course. And then all this stuff will also be very important. We'll also go ahead and put some dockyards down here. We're going to have to get some resources from people. But that should be fine. And yeah, the rest of my military factories, I guess we'll put them into weapons, because we are going to need to be arming a army, of course. And then we have our focuses. Actually, you know what? I'll come back to that in a second once we get our resources underway. So we need steel. Thankfully, we can get that from the German Empire. We also need coal. Once again, we can get that from the Germans, thankfully. And we need wood, which we can get from Austria-Hungary. Now, that's going to take up a lot of our factories, but they should still be fine. Oh, I'll see if doing this helps. There we go. Okay. So modify government. What can we do? So you can see our parties here. The Democrats own 85%. The Socialists own 10%, and the Fascists have 5%. Then monarchy is 0, so that's fine. We're limited conscription, so we have 2.5% of the recruitable population. Gee, I can't talk today for some reason. There's also limited exports, partial mobilization. So what can we do to help out? National unity, political power gain could be useful. Same ideology, political power gain. Land fort construction could be useful. I think we'll go for factory speed in the beginning. We're not training anybody, that's fine. We don't have a very high manpower pool, so we probably don't want to bother with that, honestly. Yeah, our national focus. So the things that we can start with are political effort, which just gives us political power, which leads into strengthening our position on what kind of government we have. So we're probably going to stick with democracy. So you know, these will be useful at some point, I guess. So we also have European focus, which gives us political power, and then we can support Germany, which would be nice. And then that leads into the war, basically. There's Italian development, which would also be quite useful. Italian expansion, so that gives us claims on Libya, but we can't do that until August 8th, 1911, because that starts the war with the Ottomans. There's army stuff that just speeds up research, air power, infrastructure, which would be nice. Honestly, I think getting our infrastructure up off the ground first would be nice. So what does this do? It has no effect. Okay. That just leads into this, which gives us a better, it's faster to, you know, move people around. So I think we're going to go for the infrastructure effort, just so that our stuff is a bit better. And yeah, divisions and basic training. What do we really need? We do have cavalry. That could be useful in the beginning of the war. We have those guys. Alpine troops will also be nice in the fight against France. So we can train a few of those. We'll only need like 4. Let's do that. Well, actually, what was it that they need? Okay, that shouldn't be too hard to get for them. And yeah, so for our other situations, we do have troops bordering Ethiopia, but we can't actually fight them because, yeah, we're a democracy. We can't really do that. So yeah, let's go ahead and start moving around our other stuff. So these guys are just going to patrol, maybe. We'll take control of our surrounding oceans. Same with these guys. And there's also this huge fleet. Now, this huge fleet, I'm tempted to actually put over here and around here so that they can protect around here from, like, maybe the Americans or even the British not coming through that channel. So I'm going to put my biggest fleet there. So they're going to protect the Gibraltar Strait, which should be fine. So let's just speed it up so that those disappear so that I can't control them anymore. Okay. And then there's a few extra ships. We'll just, again, strengthen our position around here. So yeah. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, perfect. Again, probably not great positioning, but oh well. So now we're going to go ahead and get all of these guys on the border. I'm going to keep some of these troops on the coast so that I don't get invaded. But for the most part, all of my troops are going to go on the border, and we'll put those under our first army. Oh, welcome to the Great War. You are a veteran player of the Hearts of Iron saga, and you want to experience a new challenge? We added new difficulties to the game. Pick one of the 4 options and see how good you are. Tinky Winky Aho. Manpower. Oh, we're not doing that. Probably not today, honestly. Yeah, I'm just gonna do not today. Don't need any bonuses. Don't want to make the game any harder. So yeah, honestly, since it's gonna be a while before we actually get to go to war with the major powers, other than the Ottomans. Basically, we have a year until we go to war with them. So basically, we're just gonna be strengthening our position and watching the rest of the world devolve into war, basically, which is gonna be quite entertaining. So Edward VII of England died, and King George is the new king. There he is, George V, cousin of Wilhelm and Nicholas, or Nikolai, apparently. But yeah, we're just gonna watch the rest of the world burn until like the major war breaks out. So you can see all of the troops basically are green. So we're definitely gonna do some exercises with them. So we're gonna put them under the command of Armando Diaz. And we're gonna go ahead and put them on the border, and then we're going to exercise them. Because we don't want green troops fighting the French, because the French are, of course, going to have some pretty good troops. So yeah, basically now we just watch as the world explodes. Now you can see the British do own Malta, which is a bit of a pain. Oh, the Albanian revolt. The Albanians refused to submit to the Turks. A new Albanian uprising began in Kosovo and the northern mountains. Ottoman government declared martial law and sent a military expedition. The Balkans are a powder keg. So that's going to be around here. Yeah, Albania. So there's big guerrilla movements happening here. And of course, when the Balkan War kicks off, there's going to be a lot of fighting in this area. So yeah, we're just waiting basically. And we're just waiting for our national focuses and stuff. So yeah, once again, I don't really need these troops here. I could honestly take these three. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to add these three over here. I'm going to keep these guys here because this is a port, of course. Any enemies could attack from there. But yeah, other than that, we're going to just focus on defending Italy. Now, I could, of course, get a force ready to go to Libya. Oh, South African independence. South Africa came into being on the 31st of May, 1910, with the unification of the previously separate colonies of the Cape Natal, Transvaal, I don't know, and the Orange Free State. The Union of South Africa was founded as a dominion of the British Empire. Awesome. So there it is. Cool. So yeah, by the way, guys, don't forget to, of course, leave a like. It always helps the channel out, and it allows more people to see these videos because they get higher and higher in the search results. So if you want to show your support, the easiest way is to definitely like the video. Of course, if this gets enough support, which isn't very much, I will of course keep working on this series. Sorry about not being around very much. It's been really hard to actually find something that I want to make videos about, and I've also been quite busy with just life. So hopefully with the Great War, I'll be able to make a couple of series. I would really like to play as the Japanese at some point with this mod, because I feel like they'd have a pretty interesting campaign. But yeah, so thank you for everybody who's supported me this long, and hopefully you're enjoying the video and you'll enjoy the campaign. But yeah, there's not much we can really do right now. You can see our troops are experienced now, which is good, or trained, whatever. Or at least most of them are. So that's a good start. Oh, you can see this is now an area of interest because the Albanian uprising is happening. And yeah, realistically, I can put this guy here and then like these guys down here, because I'm not going to be fighting them. I'm going to be fighting these areas. These ships can just patrol the Red Sea. That should be fine. So yeah, the what sea is this? I'm not quite sure. The Eastern Mediterranean. Oh geez, that was kind of stupid. But the Eastern Mediterranean, I'll leave that in the Ottomans' hands. Honestly, we don't really need it to fight them back, which is fine. But yeah, how's our research going? 35 days, 19. All right, let's put it on the highest speed just so we get through a few days a bit faster. Are these guys part of this group? Oh, they're not. That's interesting. They should be. Alright, our national focus finished. Good. So let's see. What do we want to go for now? We can't go for any of this other stuff because we have to wait till the 1st of January, 1911. So what could we do? Research bonus for naval doctrine could be useful. But I think I'm going to go for... We're still quite a ways away from that. I could start going down this tree. I think I might, until we can unlock more infrastructure-related things. Oh, the Japanese annexation of Korea. Okay. The Korean Empire, a Japanese puppet state since the assassination of Queen Min in 1895, has just signed a treaty with the Japanese government that resulted in full annexation. Though the Russian Empire and the United States are complaining about this measure, no official actions have been taken against Japan yet. It seems that Korea's long legacy will go out with nothing more than a whimper. Oh well. So now they have a foothold in mainland Asia. Interesting. Now, of course, the Japanese atrocities won't come around until like the 30s. So we don't have to worry about them fighting like China or anything anytime soon. Okay, let's continue on with this. So, let's see. Is there anything that'll help? Help, yeah. Okay, construction speed. There we go. That's what I wanted. Yeah, that'll help with building our factories and stuff. Because if we can turn into like a workhorse in Italy, that would be great. You can see we only have 8 factories actually working on stuff. Because the rest are dealing with... resources and stuff. Oh, we finished a couple of research, or a bit of research there. So now we could push on to stuff like this. Recovery rate could be useful. But I think we might use them. Trench excavation could be useful. Enables building of trench. But at the same time, we're going to be a bit more... Oh, whoops. We're going to be a bit more aggressive than defensive, so we should be fine. Speaking of which, we'll start working on our military. And what else? What can we really get? It's only 1910, so we can't get any new cars or anything. Nothing really too fancy here, but of course logistics could be useful. And field hospital as well. You know what? I'll actually go for field hospital because that keeps men on the in the battlefield, or on the front, I guess. So if I started putting those in my infantry divisions, that would be very useful as well. But yeah, once again, we'll just continue to watch the world delve into chaos. And it should be pretty entertaining. Once the Balkan Wars and stuff start kicking off, it's pretty fun. But that's not for another like few years yet, so we'll just have to wait. So most of the army is veteran now, or regular, sorry, which is excellent. These will be very strong troops pushing against the French border. But of course, that's not for another 4 years, so we don't have to really worry about it just yet. So if we do this, we get some political power, and of course, it's going to make it so that communism does not really get that powerful. And yeah, so we may as well just keep going down that as we go on. Still waiting for all that stuff. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get Italian development just so that we have a bit more infrastructure. And let's get some more of this stuff. So political power gain, same ideology, civilian to military factory conversion cost now. Daily democracy, national unity, political power gain, land for construction. What else could we get? Naval experience gain, army experience gain. Industrial research time could be interesting. What does all this stuff do? Naval bombing, bomber attack, entrenchment speed, division recovery, division attrition, artillery attack. I guess we could take off some division attrition. That would be useful. We won't lose so many men. Yeah, let's continue on. So yeah, we're also going to have the Mexican Revolution happening soon, of course. Portugal has become a republic. Okay. Mirroring their former colony Brazil, the Republicans of Portugal have couped the monarchy. A string of blunders by the monarchy, mostly concerning the colonies and technological development, provoked a very small band of rebels to come together, which quickly earned the support of nearly the entire military. Though the issues the monarchy faced are unlikely to be easily solved anytime soon, at least the anger of the public is quenched for now. Yay! Portuguese Republic. And yeah, like I just said, the Mexican Civil War will happen very soon, because everybody thinks Diaz is too old. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, that'll happen. I think it happened in 1910. I believe that's what it was. Alright. So we finished that. Now the next thing is not until like until like 38. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. Medicine could be useful, so we don't use so many supplies. And we're back up here already with stuff that we can gain. So we got a chief of army, we got speed, defense, organization, attack. I think we'll go for attack, because like I said, we're going to be the one going on the offense in the beginning once the war starts. Germany and Italy together with Austria, of course, just pushing into France and all the other countries. We're going to be the ones attacking, basically. But yeah. So yeah, and that's the best thing. As soon as we make more and more factories, they're going to start speeding this process up. So it'll be pretty good. So we finished the early tank project. Excellent. So that's going to help out with when we can actually make tanks. So 1915, we have to get that. Not really sure with anything I can get for the ships. Can I actually select these? No. Okay. So we'll go for that. And yeah, there we go. So yeah, we'll just speed it up and we'll wait. So I'm going to try my best to stay on top of things, because in my Russian Empire campaign, there was a lot of things that just end up popping up. Oh, the revolution in Mexico. There we go. On October 5th, 1910. That's a bit wrong. Oh, Madero issued a letter from jail known as the Plan de San Luis. Oh God, with its main slogan, no re-elections, free suffrage, and no free election. It declared the Diaz presidency illegal and called for revolt. Diaz is too old. There we go. Mexican Republic declared war on Mexico. Alright. So this is the original Mexico. Yeah, so now Francisco the First, or Francisco I don't know, is leading the revolt. So now I'm going to go ahead and get Italian highways, I think. It's a good question. Yeah, we'll get the Italian highways. Alright. So, there we go. So, unfortunately, I do have to go, unexpectedly getting a message during the episode. But we did get a nice, like, 20-minute or so episode in, so that's fine. Hopefully you enjoyed. Of course, there wasn't a lot of action, but there won't be much action for the next few years of this campaign, except for, like, the Ottoman War and stuff like that. But, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and a comment down below, as always. And if you're enjoying this series, make sure you subscribe, because there's going to be plenty more coming as long as you guys want it to be made. So, this has been Overkill, as always, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.